Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading. This is the reading for April the 25th to the 1st of May. Where has the year gone, eh? Where has the year gone? As you can see, these are really quite tough to shuffle, so I tend to break them into thirds and do it that way. But so far so good. Yeah, it's going to be a general reading for you guys. I think Cancer, there's about 30 of you that are coming to my channel at the moment, so even though it's a general reading, it's for you, magnificent 30. I really appreciate people who are subscribing to the channel and visiting the channel so early on. Subscribing really helps. I mean, I think I've got 30 subscribers and there's probably a couple of hundred people coming to the site. A couple of hundred would be lovely. So if you could subscribe, it won't cost you anything. You don't even have to come back again. You just subscribe and walk away. But we're going to use the True Black deck. It's the reading for next week. Take what resonates. And yeah, let's jump into it. Cancer, here we go. Judgment. Okay, that's interesting. And the very fey and artistic Knight of Cups. I do like, he turns up a lot. I like this Knight. The world in your recent past. The Fool in your near future. Loving this. Loving this. Okay, so Judgment about the cold light of day. You know, next week, you know, the spotlight shines on you, and are you able to stand up and be counted, or are you going to go, oh, it wasn't me? I do think karma's a real thing. I think if you do bad to somebody, it comes back and bites you on the ass, guys. That's not to say you shouldn't do bad to somebody. I'm not advocating it, but sometimes these things happen. But in the cold light of day, are you able to stand up and go, they deserved it? And people go, do you know what, they're right, they did. Or would they say, no, that was a really mean thing to do? So just be careful of that. The Knight of Cups, you know, he's got the weirdest armour on. He's got hip armour, shoulder armour, and a helmet that covers his eyes. But he doesn't care, because this energy is all about daydreaming. It's all about letting your subconscious take over a little bit. And the great thing about this card is it talks about you can't build it until you've dreamed it. You know, somebody's got to imagine these things before an engineer comes along and makes them. You know, so it's about that thought process, just allowing yourself to have a flight of fantasy. So that's really nice. That's really nice energy to sit on top of there. Going away, you've got the world, which is the culmination of the Fool's journey in the tarot. He arrives at the portal to the world, and really simply, it goes, you try again, or it goes, well done, level up. And the Fool goes back around, and he has the same adventures. He meets, you know, the Empress and the High Priestess and the Hierophant and the Hanged Man, and he has all these adventures, and he learns what love is, and he learns what death is, and he learns what the Tower can teach us, you know. So this is the Fool on his journey. So in your recent past, something's culminated. It could be as simple as you've completed the chapter in a book and you're on to the next chapter. Sometimes it means the chapter in that book stops and then you go to another book. And what I mean by that is, sometimes you can be, let's do it with a work one, a job could end, as in a job within your role ends and you move on to the next one, and then you come back to that one a couple of weeks later. Or it could be that you move from one job to another. I'm not seeing it as a big powerful energy. It's a big card, but it's definitely the kind of culmination of one cycle. That's what it is. It's the culmination of one cycle, the start of another. The really good news is you've got the Fool in your near future. So the past was card 21, yeah, card 20, he's 0, yeah, so it's card number 20, which is 21st card in the Major Arcana, because he's card 0. And the Fool is all about, you know, it's drawn as a baby on this, or a very young child, just stepping out into the dark, not afraid of the dark. He's got all the tools at his disposal here, and he's just stepping out into the adventure in a very joyful, carefree manner. One of my friends always wanted to go to Hong Kong, and I remember saying to him, why don't you just go? Why don't you just go? And he never did. And then Hong Kong's changed now beyond all measure, and he's got other responsibilities, and he hasn't gone, and he never will. Whereas the Fool go, yeah, let's go. In fact, if we got the Fool back then, he'd have gone, I'm thinking of going to Hong Kong, and I would probably have gone, go on then, let's do it. And we'd have gone to Hong Kong, had an adventure. Who knows where we'd be because of that. But anyway, back to you guys. So next week, Cancer. something ends, not dramatically, but there's an end to something, and then there's a brand new adventure jumping in. We've got no time for self-pity. That's what this is. This is the subconscious and moving away. It's about sorrow, loss, and looking at what you've lost rather than what you've got. We don't like self-pity, so we're going to ignore that card, Cancer. We don't need it. Great energy on the top. So you've got major arcana, major arcana, major arcana, major arcana. You know, and again, this kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, this forward pointing upwards energy is the stuff we're after. Order, control with the Emperor, completely and utterly in charge in a really nice way. You know, he's making a list in one hand, he's got a prism creating in another, he's sat on a really monolithic throne. But you know, it's not a masculine or male person, it's just masculine energy, but it's energy in abundance, and it's very similar to the Judgment, you know, that kind of cold light of day. He's a bit sort of, here's 5 jobs, we need them done by Wednesday, and then on Tuesday goes, how are you getting on with those jobs? You know, that could be in your own head. I'm not talking about you being a different person, but yeah, it's about getting on, getting stuff done. Really fantastic. Another major arcana. Always say about the Emperor's card, if you're trying to get pregnant, this is a good card to get. If you're not trying to get pregnant, it's a bad card to get. Take that as it resonates. But the card itself, lush, abundant, fertile, motherhood, nurturing, caring. I often say if all leaders were female, there would be no wars. You know, it's that kind of energy where you go, let's talk about this, let's see the other side, let's be the better person. Great energy coming down here. Great energy all around here. Just really good, Cancer. I'm loving this. Okay, small victory next week, or triumphant victory. The lion's eaten the hunter. The knife is in the ground. It's the end of hostilities. There's banners in the background. It's way well done. Fantastic. So it is little victory next week, or even a big victory. What I would say is tarot is all about cycles and all about balance. So you might get the victory on Monday, but it's time to move on to the next thing on Tuesday. You know, it's that short term. Everyone pats you on the back and goes, congratulations. A bit like a birthday. We all celebrate on Wednesday. We don't celebrate again on Thursday and Friday and Saturday. You might, but no one else is going to. So it's this is external influences. So there's a minor victory coming in next week. Take it, enjoy it. You know, someone says, good job, you say, thank you very much. Couldn't have done it without you. You know, it's that kind of thing. Hopes and fears. The Knight of Swords. He doesn't have a shield. He doesn't have very much armor on because he wants to be agile. He wants to be fast. He's got 2 swords. It's all about getting in there. He's cutting up all these messages behind him. Real kind of jump-in energy, you know. Come on, let's get on with it. Let's get it done. Nice to see that. Just making sure these cards are in for you, actually. I'll bring that down a bit. Final outcome. Nice. After what is quite a busy week, you've got a time of solace and recuperation. It also talks about a minor blessing. So you've got a minor blessing and a minor victory, you know. Now, by minor, it could be, you know, I don't know, losing a pound and finding a tenner. You know, it's that kind of thing. But if you're trying to get home from somewhere and that's your bus fare or your taxi fare, that's why it's a victory. So we're not talking about, I mean, it could be a new job. It could be a lottery win. Because it's a triumphant victory. Tends to be something that you've created or done yourself. And then there's a minor blessing on the 4 of Swords as well. So at the end of the week, you've got this lovely kind of relaxing. I think, to me, Cancer, it's like you've had a great week, but I want to say realise, but it's not, you're aware of it. You know, some weeks you kind of go, well, I just went in and did my job and came home. And other weeks you go, do you know what? We nailed it this week. Or do you know what? I nailed it this week. I think that's what you're having. It's happened again on the bottom of the deck. You saw me shuffle them, you saw me move them. It's the devil. You see how she's whispering to you there. It's shh, our secret, keep quiet. Simplest way to explain the devil, and I've just done it for Aries, is having a donut is absolutely fine. It's delicious. It's a treat. It's great. Having 3 donuts, 5 donuts, 10 donuts, the entire box isn't so good, you know. And that's what the devil encourages us to do. It's these impermanent temptations. It's like, go on, have another one, have another drink. Yeah, go on and be unfaithful. It's fine. It's fine. They want you to, you know, she wants you, or it wants you to do all these kind of negative things, you know, and it's the thing whispering on your shoulder as well about you not being good enough. And this is an energy we need to negate. So what we're going to do is I just shuffle cards up and we just pull 3 and see what those 3 give us as a kind of overarching, just some detail. I don't think we need to go into every single card. I have done that in the past. Sometimes it needs it, but these are really clear. You know, you've got superb energy here. I mean, it's all really good, positive energy. You know, nurturing, abundance, caring, sensuality as well. It's a beautiful sensual card. Victory, you know, charging in, but in a positive way. The Knight of Swords to me is like a really buoyant, you know, it's a person goes, yeah, come on, let's go and party. You know, it's got that lovely go ahead energy, you know, where you're sat on the sofa going, do we go out or not? This person's going, come on, let's do it. And it's not going, not like a devil energy going, come on, let's have another beer. I don't mean that, just that joyful, exuberant, youthful feeling that as you get older, you sometimes forget. And of course, at the end of the week, you can have a nice little bit of rest anyway with a minor blessing. So, you know, enjoy all the excitement and the fun stuff. And then at the end of the week, we've got the solace. Okay, I've just seen the other 2 cards as well. You've got the King of Wands. He's a king who is inspiring and courageous, and it's got all the energies you want to see in that kind of, by kings and queens are sort of the top vibrational energy in the tarot. You know, they've kind of made it. So, you know, if you're an entrepreneur in your early days, you might be a bit grabby and a bit brash, whereas when you're older it kind of mellows. So it's that lovely mellow energy. That's what it is. There's a nice mellow energy there. We've also got the Page of Cups. We've not got any other, not another page, have we? No, because that's the Knight. Is that the page? No, that's the Knight. Page of Cups. She's manifesting 2 angelfish as a crown. She's what's the word? She is childlike, she's innocent, she is attentive, caring, and very open to situations, you know. So whereas this Knight is a bit bold and brash, come on, let's party, she's a bit more like, yeah, go on then, why wouldn't we, you know. The only thing I'm a bit concerned about is I've also pulled that, which is your Devil card twice. So Cancer, it's a real warning this week. Don't listen to gossip. Don't do anything to excess, yeah? You've got all the tools at your control, at your disposal here. Just want to see what the Judgment card's pointing at. Yeah, the Judgment card, she's pointing directly at the Fool. You know, it's about jumping in with both feet. That's the energy this week. The Judgment card is telling you to jump in with both feet and everything will be fine. You know, inspiring, courageous, innocent, caring, nurturing. It's all really good energy that's pointing to the Fool. And by doing that, jumping in with both feet, not at the detriment of anybody else. That's the important thing. Only do things that, you know, if there's something whispering in your head going, go on, do it. You know, no one will mind if you do that. Yeah, they will. Karma's a real thing. It'll come back and bite you on the ass. So let's take all the positive energy this week, Cancer, and drive that forward. And you'll end up with a victory and a blessing, and have a fantastic time being the Fool this week. Just roll with the adventure. Be really interested to see how your week turns out, Cancer. Really good. Anyway, the 30 of you that have been watching, I really do appreciate it. Do like, share, subscribe. Oh, apologies for that. Need a drink of water. Yeah, Cancer, have a fantastic week. I will see you next Sunday for more of the same. Take care.